Welcome to the podcast where we are curating and highlighting stories of extraordinary women making extraordinary moves across the globe. Join us on celebrating the bravery and determination it took as we now look back at the ripple effect each of these women are making, sharing hope and possibilities with those that need it the most. Thanks for being part of the ripple.
And we are live. Oh, I'm so excited for this conversation. For those of you that have already met Magda, none of this will be a surprise. And for those of you that have not met her yet, you're going to find this conversation very refreshing. And it's like, finally, somebody's going to help me seek, search, and find the truth. And that's really what I see about Magda. Her journey of what it took to get to this place is phenomenal, and we're going to go through a little bit of that. But what I really want you to take away is if you are confused, concerned, you know there's something more, that you could really take responsibility for your health journey, and you haven't been getting the answers, and you've kind of been swirling in overwhelm and confusion, we're here to help you clear all that up. So welcome, Magda. I'm so excited to have you with us today.
Hello, Debbie. I am so honored and excited to be here, and I'm so looking forward for this conversation. And I know it will be deep and raw and authentic, and absolutely love it.
Yeah, absolutely. We love deep conversations here, and Magda is not scared to go there, so that excites me even more. Magda, why don't you tell people a little bit about who you are, where you're at, and then who you serve?
So I am functional medicine nutritionist, and also I am your health transformation guide. I am here on the mission to show the world, show all the women that health is liberation, not limitation. What that means? Everyone has energy to sit on the couch and watch Netflix. That's limitation. That's not liberation. That's not being healthy. Healthy is being something what your heart's calling you, and you can actually doing that, even if it's the climbing the mountains or doing something crazy you really desire. That you can get out from your couch and do it, and your health is allowing you to do it. That's liberation, because we are here not to suffer. We are here to go through life with the joy, and for that we need to be healthy. It's simple. And there is so many confusion out there. What is healthy, what is not healthy, what works, what not works. And I feel you, I have been there. But true is, we are all unique, and we should be listened, because what caused headache in me may not cause headache in you. And the same with in diseases. We need to find a way which is right to you, and to do that you need to understand what's going on with your body, and I'm here to tell you that.
Wow, I love that. And put your hand in the air, everybody, if you have ever been confused. Even when you were listening to your body and you really wanted to find the answers, when you went searching for the answers, you just found way too many, let's say, possibilities on what it could be that was wrong and how to actually bring that back into homeostasis. So let's go down that path for a little bit. What are some of the ways in which you start gathering information from people in order to make that better informed decision on what could possibly be the struggle?
We are building a team. My client and I are a team. My job is to listen to you, and you're giving more information. I am connecting the dots. We are going literally back to your childhood, and I'm known for asking questions no one ever asked you. We're talking about the poop, we're talking about your menstrual bleeding, we're talking, how your mom delivered you. There is no taboo. And this the beauty of this is the light bulbs coming out of in your head, and you start connecting that something what you think it was normal to you, it actually was a signal what your body was sending you. So there is one part. Besides of that, we're not guessing. Also, we're going through deep dive into your blood work, and this is not regular blood work like you're going to your doctor. We are looking this from functional lens, meaning when your doctor telling you it's in your head because your labs are okay, I am going deep into it, and I'm looking what is your optimal level. Optimal level means that you are so sharp like your screening TV these days, not like this old-fashioned antenna with the statics everywhere. This is where you're thriving. And my job is to find those nook and crannies in your lab work to finally find this answer. If maybe there is hidden chronic infection, no one's seen that before. Maybe you're lacking something, and maybe you just dehydrated. And I'm giving you all the information, the good and the bad one. Not just like your doctor telling you, take this medication, you don't need to worry about anything, and there is no side effects. I'm telling you good and bad so you can make your own decision. This is where is your power. You start understanding. And plus that, to make it easier for you, I do for you personalized meal plans with even shopping lists so there is no more guessing what on that to do with this broccoli. So as the healing is a journey, I'm trying to do this as easy as possible to you. Because let's be honest, any new things in your life you want to change requires something to change. You cannot constantly do the same thing and expecting different results. So if someone telling you that can offer quick fix or miracles, please give me the number because I want that too. I want that too, and I put all the money. If someone can fix what is left in me to fix, like that, because I don't need. This is a journey, and if you are ready, I'm here to guide you.
Wow, there's so many things there, but I have to call out the elephant in the room. Every person I work with, I start typing in, and there must be a shortcut I'm typing because all of a sudden I'm the person on the screen instead of the speaker. So welcome to the club. I've done that to everybody, Magda. And thank you for just going right through it. The thing that I heard the most is that you are part of that team. But a team only works if every person actually takes responsibility for their role. And so I love that you have all of this information and ways to find more knowledge out, but you need the truth from them. You need them to play along and eliminate foods, add foods. What are the symptoms? What are we seeing? I believe that, I believe that we are past that. Asking those types of questions are like, how come she needs to know this? When in the truth, every caregiver of any type should be asking these questions so they can get to the root of these things. Sometimes there's just a little tweak that needs to happen because you found out they were taking something that literally was compounding the bad effects versus the good. So what is a story that you can maybe share with us that it was that simple? It was just something that they were overlooking in their diet or their exercise, and they were actually self-sabotaging without knowing.
I think this is every each of us, including myself, that there is always something we doing to ourselves. Even unknowingly or knowingly, there is something we missing. And there is when I am asking those questions and looking for patterns. So every journey is a difference, and there is the puzzles, and sometimes, first of all, we are ashamed to open up. We don't want to ask questions because we think there are silly questions. But Debbie, that I'm talking about the poop a lot. And guess what? When I'm talking about food sensitivity, people listen, bring curiosity. Stomach acidity, it's more mind-blowing. But when we're talking about the poop, and that's like all the barriers go down. People start asking questions, their curiosity, they laughing, and there is the way when we just creating the bond, and the barriers go down, and there is a team, and we having this deep conversation, we diving deep, and sometimes it's take longer because it's very intimate journey. So sometimes it take even a year. I have a client we said over a year, and it's like, I literally don't know what's next. Let's go back to his story. What were you doing the same time last year? There was maybe allergy something, and she just go, yes, I am taking Zyrtec. Yes, but for how long? Years, every single day. And I am not the doctor, but that gave me clue, right? And we have the AI right now, and it's like, whiteboard, hold on. Can Zyrtec cause liver damage? Find me a study. Boom, right on the spot. But it will never happen if I will know her well, if I will know her health history, if I would, and I have her blood work from past 2 years. So there is a pattern, and I saw these patterns, and there was the medicine. So there is a lot of clue what doctors don't tell in other clients. I have a client after 4 decades of being on insulin, just changing a diet. We didn't even go yet to the supplementation. Her doctor cleared her out from insulin. That was remarkable. This is what happened when you're taking your power back, when you start questioning, when you start believing then you can. And I'm telling you what's going on in your body, because your body is like dashboard in your car and lights up. But instead, this time, taking ibuprofen to mask those symptoms or cold medicine, you're questioning why that happening? What did I do to myself? And that's a game changer, because when you understand, you value, and when you value, you do not destroy.
So rich here. Magda, we know that symptoms are there to lead us towards something that is either going really good or really bad. and then there's that kind of crosses, and we're like not really sure what's happening on a day-to-day basis. But what's your philosophy, or maybe a better way to ask that is, what happened in your life that you had to go down the path of really understanding what the symptoms were telling you?
Well, I was like everyone else, believing and trusting doctor, because that's how I was taught and why I should question someone. But I am kind of a rebellious person, so I never get stuff given like it's written in the stone. So it was one of the most difficult time of my life. I was going through divorce. My best friend was diagnosed with terminal cancer, and I have 3 car accidents. So I was trying to help my friend with the cancer and learning about history of Western medicine. That was a lot what opened my eyes. But at the same time, with the car accident, I also was diagnosed with the fibroids, and I wasn't ready to give up of my uterus because it's mine. I don't want to feel like less woman or something like that. A lot of stuff going in my head, and besides that, I just couldn't afford to be out of work for 8 weeks. It's sad, but it was reality. So I tried to find a different solution, and I was dismissed on every level. It will grow, it will not shrink. And everyone was giving me advices what was benefit them, not exactly my body. So I was researching and researching and researching to find other different way, and that's how I found that only way is to understanding my body, only way what I can do, and that's why I found the functional medicine, and that was the rabbit hole for me, because then it comes not just nutrition, that comes the blood work and more understanding and mindset. And that what gave me, there's many more women like me, they just not maybe that outspoken, and they will not question a doctor, they will not ask for different options, and they are dismissed. No one say that hysterectomy down the road is not the best things what you do to your life, like we are being told. It's something what really can cause a lot of pain in the future. So, and even heart diseases. So it's not all gold and beautiful, just get rid of the body parts, you don't need that. Even in the cars, you replace the parts, and somehow human doesn't need the parts. Oh, that's weird, don't you think?
I'm giggling at you because it's so true. Like you just bring out these truth statements and it's like, oh my God, yes. Like if we would believe that we have body parts given to us from God that we actually don't need, well, then start taking them out. But whatever, we actually have these and we're meant to have them all work in harmony together. That's called homeostasis. Your
Absolutely.
body is a miracle. And so we take out a key component to that miracle, something else has to step in and work harder or work at half function, whatever that happens to be. So I giggle at that because it's so obviously true. But I want to circle back to something that you said at the beginning, and that was I like to inform my people so they can make the decision with me. That is one thing that I believe these 5-minute, 15-minute, if you're getting a specialist appointment, takes away from us. It's like, here it is, sign the paper, let's get you into surgery. Here's the paper, take the pills, go get this thing. But what about the informed, empowering decision? And I believe that when we feel empowered, we are making that decision that's right for us because we have all that information. Can you help me understand what it would look like to come to you as my functional medicine doctor that's really like supporting me and, like you said, that team player? What does that look like when we have the test, you get the results, and then the next step is informing me?
Well, it depends where you are, but let's theoretically say if you are on certain medication, and it's most likely happen is the statins. I'm having conversation with you what is cholesterol, what really does to your body, and explaining that in a really simple level, because not everyone is geek like me in those stuff. And like I am not in technology stuff, and for a long time the people try to explain me what is funnel, and that means nothing to me, and it was absolutely different what they say was in my head. So I'm making this easier because not everyone understand what's going on. And plus I have an accent, so I need to simplify that. So when we're going and it's like we're talking about your medicine, I'm sending you studies, I'm telling you this, talk to your doctor and sending you videos. I'm making in my inner circle classes to inform you. So decision in your hand. Why is important? When I was be prepared to surgery, I did deep research, but there is always something I can miss, and I did. So I am sitting, I have already ketamine in my veins, who knows what other seductives, and they're reading to me all the statements, and one is, do I give them permission to cut the blood supplies to my ovaries in case the fibroid is connected? And I was like, no. And she, don't worry, it's just 1% of the women. I was this 1%. But why I said no? Because I was already under influence of substance, which doesn't make me feel clearly. I should be informed about that on the consultation, not on the operation table. And there is like that. We are not informed. And I circle back a little back to 2009 when I had miscarriage. My English, it wasn't good. And they gave me chemotherapy round without informing me. How I find out? There was nothing to do about my understanding English, just was dismissing me. I would find out on the end of the infusion when they told me you may feel nausea and you may throw up. It's despicable and it's done to so many people. We are not informed about side effects of medication, risk of the procedure. It's all gonna be fine. That's what we are told. And this is wrong. This is taking power of us. This is making of us victims. Like we have nothing to do with our health. No, food doesn't make a difference. Just take the pill and deal with that. Recently, my client, which she proved to doctor that something was, according to doctor, impossible to do, the doctor was very offended and dismissive. And basically, the statement was, I wanna be blind. Your genes are F up. There was no genetic test provided. It was just statement because the doctor felt threatened. She took the hope from that person. If that person will hear this year ago, when she started with me, she will be devastated. She's a completely different person right now. She's the person who questioned her doctor, who fired her doctor, who's looking for second opinion. This is how knowledge can change your health journey, because I'm giving you your power back. You can have those informed decision, whatever it
Yeah.
means.
Sorry about that. There must be a little bit of a lag there. But yes, you're giving the power back with knowledge, with wisdom, with support, with an open conversation. So if there is something that's whispering, I don't know, this doesn't feel right, we have a conversation about it. And I think that from my perspective of being a nurse and working with doctors, I don't believe that there's any doctor in the world that ever went into the profession in order to like bully people and tell people that this is the way. They went to make a difference. However, not all systems are created where there is time to educate and almost educate and inform, and then give space like a coach can hold you while you make that decision and have it be the best decision. Most decisions are like, you got 5 seconds to make it and you walk out confused and frustrated and maybe fearful. And that is really what I love about you. I feel like the best case scenario in my perspective would be that long before you ever got to the doctor that helped you make the decision, whether it's surgery or the pill or anything like that, that every person had time to consult with a functional medicine doctor before they got to that person. Am I going down the right path with this, even as a
I need to
wish?
clarify, I am not a doctor, but I am the bridge between a doctor and my client. And I have a little bit different opinion about doctors. There are good doctors and there are bad doctors. There are good doctors who are really fed by ego, and there are doctors who are trapped in the system. And there is different relationship with both of them. Like this one, it wasn't cooperative, dismissive. My another client, we turn every single stone, the conversation back and forth, throwing to medicine, talking about antibiotics, adding supplements. That happened that this lady is, after 3 years of dealing with UTI, rounds of round, it's clear. There was round, not just me, not her doctor, there was clinician. This lady was fighting about her life. That is a difference where it's a doctor who is trapped in the system but has a heart. And she said, I just want to be a doctor, but they give me 10 minutes for client, by patient, yes. So there is a difference. And I always said, if you feel dismissed, not understood by your doctor, fire them. You will do this with the cable guy, you will do this with the landscaper. Why not to do with a doctor? You're paying for your insurance. It's not free. Don't get this stuff. There is something free. There is nothing free. Someone has to pay for it.
It's so true. It's so true. We told you this was going to be a raw and real conversation and we were going to go deep. So we are here to spark possibility, but we're also here to shake you up so that you take responsibility. And what's that awareness? What can you do to take responsibility for your health? Magda, I'm going to open up another conversation, and one I know you love. Let's talk about poop. Let's talk about what poop will actually tell you if you pay attention.
The poop will tell you everything and can save your life, literally. Everyone thinks this is just something funny because I just decide to talk about this because I'm weird. No, that actually there is two story behind it. I used to be athletic. I used to play basketball. Don't laugh. I am 5 feet and 3 inches, but I love basketball. And my friend complained to his mom that he has black poop. So for several days, she took him to the emergency room, and that saved his life because he had a bleeding from upper digestive tract. He had some kind of ulcers, and he was bleeding to death. So this is not something what I will take super lightly. So the another story, and this is not a really funny story. It's I wish someone on Facebook happy birthday, and someone reached to me to take this down, and I was like, why? Because that person passed away a month before from bleeding in digestive tract. It wasn't the place me to ask, but this is how important it's really to check what is in your toilet. And it's not just because it can save your life. It also can show you if you are digesting properly, if you're absorbing minerals, or maybe if you're constipating, you're sitting on the toxic bomb. And this is one for you. I cannot help yourself. You should go to the bathroom more than once a day. That will be ideal. Then you will be super pooper. So the question to you, if you're not going once a day at least, there is something telling you are sitting on the toxic bomb. If you're going more often than 2-3 times a day, and maybe you're on the more loose side, you are not absorbing proteins, you're not absorbing minerals. So how you can be healthy? We are like a soup. So if you have too much salt, we are not tasty, not enough, not too, but when it's the right amount, we are delicious. And this is exactly like our body. And your poop is one of the tools which can tell it all. This is just a glimpse. There is many, many more, but we do not have hour and a half for that.
No, we don't. But it's such a super conversation because I know as a nurse, we used to have that like intake form, and it's like, how are your bowel movements and how are you peeing? And those two really, really important conversations, people just passed over. Fine,
Absolutely.
fine. Don't talk about it. Let's move on. And yet we can save lives if we take some time to actually investigate those two conversations. So I think it's really amazing. I'd love you to take us down the journey of how you had a company come to you and help with the poop conversation. I don't know where you want this to go, but I would love for you to share with us.
This is completely synchronicity. So I'm trying to keep it short. When I was in the nutrition school, first thing what we learned that was Mood Food Poop Journal. And that was my aha moment. It's like, let's do an event around this. That will be amazing. And there was a dancing about this poop thing because it's really take a guts to take publicly about poop. And then I will start doing that, and people start calling me poop lady. And I was like, no, okay, I don't want to be poop lady, and I'm still not so sure if I'm proud of that. But it's like, okay, I'm the poop queen. I'm still not sure if this should be proud of it. But I started working with the company, which is excellent, newest and nutraceutical, and I have this missing piece in my program and in my challenge. It was the transit time. And I try to play with this, something will be not toxic. Charcoal is not really fun to use. Anything what I found to measure, it was toxic. And I like to keep things funny and engaging. No one like to boring webinars, right? And at some point, this company come with the tool which is called Blue Poop. And I was just start laughing. I was like, that cannot be true. So immediately I start using with this every single client. I stop using and they start knowing me. Oh, my sales rep start making mistake. He start ordering just the one sachets. And so I'm just like, listen, can you make the annotation on my account? Every client is going with the full bottle. It's not negotiable. So we get this thing conversation, and I just boldly share what I am doing, and I just have no shame talking about that. And then reach to the CEO of this company. So they reached to me if I can give my expertise, how I incorporate with that, how I'm using this with the roadmap, everything. Because other practitioners struggle with building the bond with their clients. And like I said, poop brings the barriers down. I don't know how, but it does. And to be honest, we have dogs, we have cats, we had kids, and all of a sudden, if it comes to our own waste management, we are so taboo.
So taboo. And where does that come from? Do you feel like that's a parenting thing? Like, let's not talk about poop, all that type of thing? Or is that something that's even later as we're a teenager or an adult?
I'm actually, I am the weird one, like I am fascinating about human body, so I never had this, but I was little thinking about that, and it's mind-blowing. When you notice if you have comedies and there is the poop joke or explosive diarrhea, everyone is laughing. So this is I completely
It's
don't
so,
understand that.
yeah, no, you're right. And I heard something once that fart jokes never stop being funny to men, no matter if they're a grown man or a little child. So I think we're on to something here, but that's another conversation. Magda, you have many ways in which people can work with you. I believe you have a membership, and inside of that, you teach all sorts of things like these types of questions, empowering, even recipes. And I believe you are creating a cookbook. Do you want to talk about some of the ways in which people can work with you?
Yes, I have amazing, very exclusive small inner circle when we doing a lot of magic, like cookbook this year for our first anniversary, and it's amazing book, which is very last year cookbook. It's not just a cookbook with recipes. It's the best recipe with we choose from our meal plans over a year, and there are tweaks and real stories, real tips from each of my members. Those are founding members. So the book will be the journey for you. It will be filled with the quizzes, how to check where you are with your health, what that means if you feel crappy in the morning and your stomach hurts, or maybe what is behind the coffee. And as this is not the kind book, this is the book to wake you up and keep you honest. And this is, I promise, this is your last cookbook you will ever have. And this is what's happening in my inner circle that was never planned. We meeting every month. You can ask me all the questions related to your health. You can do this also anonymously through the emails if you don't feel doing this in the group. I'm sharing every month delicious, healthy, not spiking blood sugar recipes. Very gluten and dairy free, and you think this is impossible. And my ladies prove that they are delicious. You can live with that. One of my clients, she lost 40 pounds in 4 months by her 70th birthday, and she wasn't starving. She was eating a lot. So I'm teaching a lot, even is cholesterol, if it's a mindset, even, we're going dive deep to find if you really want to take responsibility of your health journey, because there is so many in us. So it's complete life synergy, and that is where all the magic starts. And if you trust me and you want more help, I can invite you, to one-on-one, to the group program. It's everything for everyone, depends where you are on your journey.
I love that. I love that you have a place for people to come together and really learn from each other, because when we're in a group setting like that and you hold that space and create the opportunity for real conversations, things will come up that people didn't even know was related to health, or an awareness will be like, oh, my sister has that. That might be something I need to be more aware of or teach my children. So this feels like it's really legacy work and generational. It's that shift that you're creating. I often call you a disruptor. I think you come in and you shake things up and get people to pay attention and be aware of things that maybe, because we didn't talk about them, are kind of like everybody in our family might be suffering. But why not? Why not bring it to the light so that it's not that secret or that taboo, and we can then get in front of it and really support our own health?
Absolutely. I want to have everyone access, and live long and live healthy life. But there is also something, really something basic, which everyone missing, and why I created this space. You can be very lonely on healthy journey and you think your family will support you. Oh, they will question everything what you're doing and they will sabotage you in any shape and form. Either it will be your best friend, your spouse, and if you're really shaking your head, no, really, trust me, my one of my clients, he was like, everyone going after her. When you finish this diet, you must be starving and constantly. And other people bringing cake because about they knowing that someone is struggling with something. So I created the space because I didn't have it. I didn't have anyone who will find something for me, who will be my cheerleader, and the safe space that will be people like me who wants to be healthy and not necessarily looking at me, oh, you are crazy because you're not eating that.
I
So
love it.
the book, what I mentioned, is actually to show the world that women from all of the backgrounds, we have teacher, we have photographers, I don't know, we have marketers, you name it. And when we have one goal, live healthy, we can come up, which in my country, with you can, if there is nothing to eat, we're proving the opposite. There is 10 of us and we're making miracles.
I love it. I love it. So I often talk about the ripple effect, and inside of this Be Extraordinary Women's Network, we're always telling the stories. We're highlighting and celebrating extraordinary women making extraordinary moves across the globe. That being said, when we talk about the ripple, what is one extraordinary move that you have made that we can celebrate you for, because that's now rippling out into the world?
I think I step into my power and unapologetically telling you that no matter if you like it or not, it's the truth. I am not taking anything out of thin air. There are studies, and I found those. And I'm giving you all the truth because you need to hear the both sides, not just one side, good and bad. And decision is always up to you, up to your comfort zone. And new things are scary. That's why I'm giving you all the study. That's why I'm giving you all this information. And sometimes they are mind blowing. And I will leave you with one more. If you think salt is so unhealthy, the first thing when you're going to hospital when you're dehydrated, they giving you salt. Why they giving you salt pills when you are on the high blood pressure for the diuretic when you're retaining water? It's salt. So why the hell is so unhealthy for you? Mind blowing. Just don't table salt. Use the better.
Me and my husband just had a conversation about this today. So isn't that interesting? One last question, and then I'll give you an opportunity to wrap it up. But what does one woman reclaiming her health and vitality, what kind of ripple effect do you see that happening? Just one woman making choices.
It's the ripple effect. She's just yapping like me, and she's spreading that. My clients building the garden, they teaching others, they thinking sometimes about workshop, and it's the ripple effect. I'm just laughing, and now you're the annoying one. So because our family don't listen, and our kids don't listen because they think they're younger. But like on my own son, when he was in early 20s, he starts seeing that his friends getting sick, they getting cancer scare, and then he appreciate that. But that he wants to eat what I was cooking. No, he wants the Doritos, he wants other stuff, and he always said, why don't we have the real food at home? We had real food at home. We didn't have a crap food at home. So
why don't we have real food at home? And you're cooking everything from your garden and real food.
Yes, right. So
isn't that interesting?
It's contagious. When you start feeling better, you're just like, oh my God. And then you're trying to get the cake for the birthday you have every year. It's like, I have eaten that. It's disgusting. So it's just mind-blowing, like people change. And it's like everything thinks like we're losing something. We're not losing anything. We're gaining vitality, joy. And it really, that's beautiful and mind-blowing. The food what you are eaten and tough was delicious is really disgusting for you right now because your body is clean. And that is recognize this garbage because your body is not the trash. So why you put trash inside of you?
Oh my goodness. This has been such a beautiful, open and raw conversation. So if it spurred anything in you, I'd love to hear what was the aha moment. I'd also love to hear where are you coming in from, because we have a global community and I just love seeing where everybody is coming in from. And the other thing is that if Magda's information is right here. Here's her website. This is how you can reach her. I know that Magda is a very open person, so please do reach out and tell her that you've seen on the live cast. But the other thing is, if you know of another extraordinary woman that's making extraordinary moves that I should meet and interview, please tag her in this live so that I can meet her and so that we can invite her into our world as well. Magda, any last words for our viewers?
I want to invite you to my inner circle if you are ready to take the responsibility on the health journey. Not everyone is brave enough to do it, but if you are ready and if you are serious, I can help you change your mindset, get the right meal plan, understand what your body is telling you, and help you to stop to live the life you are so dreaming of. And I have been on my knees. I couldn't climb the mountains. I know how to be basically after 30 minutes on the laying on the carpet and just asking for night because you have no energy to move. And everyone is telling me, you're fine. I wasn't. I was hearing I'm too young for hormonal problem. I'm too old for that. I'm not eating good enough. And was I hear it all, including that was in my head. So if you are really ready for real answer and real work, I'm here for you. And that will be an amazing journey. And we will be talking about poop and other things too.
Look forward to that and more conversations with you, Magda. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you so much for having me. It was pleasure and fun like always.
Bye-bye, everyone.